Imagine this. You wake up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling. The room is quiet, the clock is ticking, but your mind is wide awake. You glance at the time. It is 2 a.m. You know you need rest, but sleep feels like a distant memory. If you are over 60, this scene may sound all too familiar. Here is a surprising fact. After the age of 60, more than half of adults report struggling with their sleep. But here is the twist. Poor sleep is not just about feeling groggy in the morning. Science shows that chronic lack of sleep accelerates aging in the brain, weakens memory, raises the risk of heart disease, and even makes it harder to maintain a healthy weight. In other words, sleep is not a luxury, it is a lifeline. Now, before you feel discouraged, let me give you a quick win right now. Tonight, if you dim the lights in your home 1 hour before bed, you signal to your brain that it is time to wind down. This simple change helps your body release melatonin, the natural sleep hormone. It costs nothing. It takes almost no effort. And for many people, it can lead to falling asleep faster. Try it tonight and see the difference. But of course, dimming the lights is only the beginning. Over the next few minutes, I will share with you powerful, science-backed strategies that can help you reclaim deep, restorative sleep. From adjusting daily routines, to surprising food choices, to mindset shifts that calm a restless mind, you will discover practical steps you can begin today. So settle in. By the end of this conversation, you will not only understand why sleep changes after 60, but you will have a clear, friendly roadmap to bring restful nights back into your life. The rhythm of your body. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Your body has a built-in clock. It is called the circadian rhythm, and it is the invisible conductor of your sleep and wake cycle. Think of it like an orchestra. When the instruments play in harmony, the music is beautiful. But when one instrument is out of tune, the whole performance feels off. After 60, this rhythm can shift. Many people notice that they get sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. Others find that their sleep becomes lighter or more fragmented. This is not a sign that something is broken in you. It is simply how the body changes with age. But here is the important part. You can still guide your rhythm back into balance. Imagine your rhythm like the rising and setting of the sun. When you expose yourself to natural light during the day, especially in the morning, you tell your body, wake up, it is daytime. This strengthens your rhythm, making it easier for your body to understand when night falls. Studies have shown that just 20 to 30 minutes of morning light exposure can improve sleep quality in older adults. You do not need to stare at the sun. A gentle morning walk, sitting on your balcony, or even sipping tea near a bright window can make a big difference. On the other side of the day, it is equally important to avoid bright light late at night. Remember that quick win from the introduction? Dimming lights 1 hour before bed is a powerful way to nudge your internal clock toward rest. Now let us make this practical. Here are 2 easy steps you can try today. Step outside within the first hour after waking up. Even if the sun is behind the clouds, natural daylight is still strong enough to set your rhythm. In the evening, swap bright overhead lights for softer lamps and avoid screens if you can. If you must use a device, lower the brightness or switch to a warm light filter. Think of it like training a pet. The more consistent you are with these light cues, the more obedient your body clock becomes. And here is why this matters so much. A strong circadian rhythm does not just help you fall asleep faster, it also increases the amount of deep, restorative sleep your brain can enjoy. This is the sleep that clears toxins from your mind, refreshes your memory, and leaves you sharper the next day. So tonight, when you reach for the light switch, remember that you are not just adjusting a lamp, you are tuning the orchestra of your body. But light is only one piece of the puzzle. Next, we will uncover another overlooked factor that can either sabotage your rest or transform it into the best sleep of your life. The evening ritual. Let me tell you a short story. Years ago, a friend of mine in his late 60s used to complain that he could never fall asleep before midnight. He would toss and turn, and the more he worried about it, the harder it became. One day, instead of focusing on the moment he climbed into bed, I asked him, "What do you do in the hour before you try to sleep?" His answer was simple. He watched the evening news, scrolled on his phone, and sometimes had a cup of tea. Here is the truth. Sleep does not begin the moment your head touches the pillow. It begins in the hour before bed. That period is like the runway before a plane takes off. If the runway is cluttered and chaotic, the plane cannot lift smoothly. But if the path is clear and calm, the journey begins with ease. Your body and brain need a gentle ritual to transition from the busyness of the day into the calm of the night. Psychologists call this cueing. Think of it as giving your brain a signal, like a bedtime story you tell yourself each night. What could this look like in real life? Here is a simple 3-step ritual that many people over 60 find helpful. Warm your body, then cool it. A warm shower or bath about an hour before bed raises your body temperature slightly. When you step out, your body cools down quickly, and that drop in temperature signals to your brain that it is time to sleep. Switch to a calming activity. Instead of watching the news or checking emails, try reading a light book, listening to soothing music, or doing gentle stretches. Choose something that calms you, not something that raises your heart rate or worries your mind. Have a sleep-friendly drink. A small cup of warm, caffeine-free herbal tea, such as chamomile or lemon balm, can help relax your system. Just be sure to keep it light so it does not send you rushing to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Now, why does this matter so much? Because rituals create consistency. The brain loves patterns. When you repeat the same gentle steps each evening, your brain begins to recognize, this is the time to prepare for rest. Over time, your body will respond more quickly and sleep will arrive with less effort. And let me give you a quick tip for tonight. Choose just one ritual, even if it is as simple as turning off the television and listening to calming music. Small changes are powerful when repeated daily. Before we move forward, let me pause for a quick invitation. If you are finding these tips helpful, I would love for you to join this growing community by subscribing. Every week, we share science-based ways to live longer, healthier, and happier after 60. Think of it as a circle of friends cheering you on in your journey. But do not leave just yet, because we are going to talk about a surprising factor that hides in your diet and daily choices and how it might be quietly keeping you awake at night. The hidden role of food and drink. Have you ever noticed how a heavy dinner can leave you lying awake, almost as if your stomach is working harder than your brain? Or how a simple cup of coffee in the late afternoon can come back to haunt you hours later? What we eat and drink has a much greater impact on sleep than most people realize, especially after 60. Here is a simple analogy. Imagine your body is like a car. During the day, you fuel it with meals that give you energy to drive. But at night, your car is supposed to be parked, engine off, ready to rest. If you pour in more fuel too late or the wrong type of fuel, the engine keeps running when it should be quiet. One of the biggest culprits is caffeine. Many people know coffee contains caffeine, but fewer realize that tea, chocolate, and even some pain relievers do too. And after 60, the body metabolizes caffeine more slowly. That means the afternoon cup of coffee that never bothered you at 40 may now linger in your system well into the night. A good rule is to keep caffeine for the morning only. Another hidden disruptor is alcohol. Many believe that a glass of wine before bed helps them relax. While alcohol may make you feel sleepy at first, research shows it fragments deep sleep. It is like knocking on the door of your brain every hour, preventing you from entering the restorative stages of rest. Now, let us flip to the positive side. Certain foods can gently support sleep. For example, bananas and almonds contain magnesium, which helps relax muscles. Kiwi fruit has been shown in studies to promote better sleep quality. And warm milk, a classic from childhood, contains tryptophan, an amino acid that supports melatonin production. Here is a practical tip. If you often wake up in the middle of the night, it might be because your blood sugar dips too low. A light evening snack with protein and complex carbohydrates, like a small bowl of oatmeal with nuts, can help stabilize blood sugar and reduce nighttime waking. Let us make this actionable for you today. Move all caffeine to the morning hours. Replace that late-night drink with a calming herbal tea. If you need a snack, choose something small and steady, not sugary or heavy. Picture this. Tomorrow evening, instead of grabbing a cookie before bed, you prepare a small bowl of oatmeal with sliced banana and a sprinkle of nuts. As you eat, you are not just filling your stomach, you are giving your body the exact fuel it needs to power down smoothly. Food and drink can be either secret saboteurs or quiet allies in your quest for rest. Once you align your choices with your body's natural rhythms, sleep becomes far less of a struggle. The mind at night. Let me ask you something. Has your head ever hit the pillow only for your mind to switch on like a bright light. You think about the doctor's appointment next week, that phone call you forgot to return, or even a memory from decades ago. Suddenly, sleep feels impossible. This happens because the brain does not always know how to shut down on command. And after 60, when sleep can already be lighter, racing thoughts or worries become one of the biggest reasons for insomnia. But here is the good news. You can train your mind to shift gears. Think of your brain as a snow globe. During the day, you shake it constantly, tasks, conversations, decisions. When you lie down at night, the snow is still swirling. What you need is a way to let those flakes settle so clarity and calm return. One of the most effective tools is a practice called writing to release. Before bed, take 5 minutes to jot down your thoughts in a notebook. Do not worry about grammar or neatness. Just unload the list of things circling in your mind. Studies show that this simple act reduces nighttime rumination because the brain feels that the thoughts are safely stored and no longer need to be rehearsed while you try to sleep. Another powerful tool is slow breathing. Try this. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale slowly for a count of 6. Do this for a few minutes. It signals to your nervous system that it is safe to relax. Many people over 60 say this one practice helps them fall asleep faster than any pill ever did. Here is one more surprising trick. Gratitude reflection. Before bed, think of 3 small things you are grateful for that day. They can be as simple as a phone call with a friend, the taste of a ripe peach, or the laughter of a grandchild. This shifts the mind from stress to calm, preparing the emotional part of your brain for rest. Let me encourage you with this. Your mind is not your enemy. It is simply like a radio that sometimes plays too loudly. With the right dials, writing, breathing, gratitude, you can turn the volume down. Now, a quick invitation. If these ideas are resonating with you, I would love to hear about your own bedtime challenges or victories in the comments. When you share, it not only helps you reflect, but it also encourages someone else who may be silently struggling. And if you have not already, subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next practical tip for living stronger, healthier, and more peacefully after 60. Next, we are going to uncover a factor that many people ignore entirely: daytime activity. What you do when the sun is up has just as much power over your sleep as what happens when the lights are off. And you may be surprised at how little it takes to make a big difference. Daytime choices shape nighttime sleep. Here is something few people realize. The quality of your sleep tonight is being built by the choices you make during the day. Think of it like planting a garden. If you water and tend to the soil while the sun is out, the garden will thrive when night falls. But if the soil is neglected, you cannot expect the flowers to bloom. One of the most powerful daytime factors is movement. After 60, it becomes common to slow down. Maybe the knees ache or energy feels lower. But research shows that even modest amounts of movement, like walking, stretching, or gentle yoga, can dramatically improve sleep quality. Why? Because physical activity helps regulate your body temperature, reduces stress hormones, and increases the natural drive for sleep at night. You do not need to run marathons. In fact, a 20 to 30-minute brisk walk most days can be enough to notice better rest. The key is consistency. Think of exercise as winding up a clock. When you give your body energy during the day, the clock runs smoothly, and by evening it is ready to wind down naturally. Another overlooked piece is exposure to natural light, which we touched on earlier. Spending time outdoors during the day not only anchors your circadian rhythm, but also lifts mood thanks to increased serotonin. Higher daytime serotonin converts into more melatonin at night, the very hormone that helps you sleep. Daytime mental stimulation also plays a role. Engaging in meaningful activities, whether it is volunteering, gardening, or learning something new, creates a sense of fulfillment that quiets restlessness at night. When your day feels purposeful, your body and mind are more willing to let go into rest. And let us not forget the role of naps. Many people after 60 enjoy an afternoon nap. And that is not a bad thing, but the timing matters. A short nap of 20 to 30 minutes before 3 p.m. can restore energy without disturbing nighttime sleep. Longer or later naps, however, can steal the very rest you are hoping to gain. Here are 3 simple ways you can shape better sleep with your daytime choices. Move your body daily. Even light activity counts. Walk, stretch, or dance in your living room. Get outside. Aim for at least 20 minutes of daylight, even if it is cloudy. Nap smart. Keep naps short and early, treating them like a refreshing pause, not a replacement for night sleep. Remember, Your nights are a reflection of your days. When you fill your daytime with light, movement, and meaning, you are paving the way for a night of deeper, more restorative rest. And here is the encouragement I want you to hold on to. It is never too late to build these habits. Whether you are 60, 70, or 80, your body can adapt. Every step you take, literally and figuratively, moves you closer to the rest your body has been craving. I will summarize the key insights and leave you with one simple action you can try tonight. A new chapter for your sleep. We have covered a lot together, from tuning your body's internal rhythm with light, to creating an evening ritual that tells your brain it is safe to rest, to choosing foods and drinks that support sleep instead of sabotaging it. We explored the restless mind and how to calm it with writing, breathing, and gratitude. And we saw how daytime choices, movement, light, and meaningful activity can quietly set the stage for peaceful nights. But let me remind you of the bigger picture. Sleep after 60 is not about chasing perfection. It is about creating conditions that invite rest, night after night. Think of it like tending to a beloved garden. Some nights may still be bumpy, just as some days bring storms. But when you nurture the soil with consistent habits, the garden thrives more often than it struggles. Here is one simple action you can try tonight. Dim your lights 1 hour before bed, and instead of turning on the television or scrolling on your phone, sit with a warm cup of chamomile tea and write down 3 things you are grateful for. It may sound small, but this single ritual blends light control, calming activity, and gratitude into one powerful signal to your body and mind. It is time to rest. And tomorrow morning, step outside for just a few minutes of daylight. You will be amazed at how even that tiny step begins to shift your rhythm over time. The most important truth I want you to carry is this. It is never too late. Your brain and body remain remarkably adaptable. Even at 60, 70, or beyond, you can create new patterns that give you more energy, sharper memory, better health, and a deeper sense of peace. If this conversation has spoken to you, I warmly invite you to become part of our community by subscribing. Leave a comment below and share one change you plan to make tonight. When you write it down, you make it real, and you may inspire someone else who is walking the same path. And remember to like this video, because the more people engage, the more older adults we can reach with these life-changing insights. You are not alone in this journey. Together we can create nights filled with rest, mornings filled with energy, and years filled with vitality. Your best sleep is still ahead of you.